Hi there and welcome to this Kaleidoscribe tutorial. I'm Alice and this episode is devoted to the Snap to Collisions tool, the first of the Kaleidoscribe tools. It's a very simple tool that enables you to collide multiple objects and paths. You'll hear me use the phrases snap and collide quite a lot in this series of videos, and what I mean by that is the point where two object outlines are perfectly aligned. All of the following is applicable to both objects and paths, but for simplicity's sake I'll just refer to objects so as not to repeat myself too much. Overall we'll cover colliding single objects and paths, colliding multiple objects and paths. We'll also look at the following settings in the Preferences panel: snap tolerance, self-collision, snap interlocked paths, collision spacing, and groups and compound paths. So to begin with, click on the Snap to Collisions icon to activate the tool. Then click anywhere on the object you want to move and drag it towards the object you wish to align with. You'll see a pink dot appear, which means they have officially collided and so are perfectly aligned at this point. This collision point will show at any location around the object. When you're happy with the placement, release the object by letting go of the mouse. An important aspect of this tool is that it works for multiple objects too. So if you want to collide with these two objects, it shows you multiple collision points. In the same way, you can use multiple objects to collide, just make sure they're selected. Okay, let's have a look at a couple of the preference panel options, which can be found by pressing Enter whilst one of the tools is active. If you have the Tear Off toolbar open, you can also double click on any of the Kaleidoscribe tool icons to open the same window. Firstly, let's look at the snap tolerance. Snap tolerance basically means the level of magnetism applied to the tool. There is a drop-down menu of common values. If I set the value to its maximum of 36 pixels, you'll see it quickly jumps to collide with the nearest object. Whereas if I change the value to its minimum of 2 pixels, you now have to get much closer to other objects in order for it to collide. In general, the more intricate the design, the lower the setting. There's also an option for self-collision, which is on as default, but can be turned off by ticking Snap to pre-drag path positions. As you probably guessed, this just means the object can collide with itself. The next preference is Snap to Locked Paths, which, you've guessed it, allows you to snap to locked paths. So if I lock this middle object and keep our current preferences, you will see that it won't collide. So what we need to do is open the preferences and tick Snap to Locked Paths, which means we can now collide with locked objects. Moving on, you will see the option to apply collision spacing, which enables you to add a specified distance between colliding objects. Such a simple thing, but an incredibly powerful tool. Just see how quick it is for me to make this peacock eye. The final preference for the Snap to Collision tool is the ability to collide with and to groups and compound paths. Here I have a compound path and a group of objects. If I select the Snap to Collisions tool, tick Fully Select Groups and Compound Paths, and then try and collide the two, you'll see it works perfectly. For a full list of what is and isn't possible with these tools, do check out our Kaleidoscribe FAQs, which brings an end to this tutorial. Just to recap, you now know how to use the Snap to Collisions tool to collide single and multiple objects, as well as how to use the following preferences: snap tolerance, self-collision, snap to lock paths, collision spacing, and fully selecting groups and compound paths. Do keep going with the rest of the videos. The 3 Kaleidoscribe tools are really similar, so you'll find the others a breeze. And if you're like me and have 1,000,001 ideas of potential designs, get started by downloading the free 14-day trial here today. Thanks again for watching.